nice. Hopefully you had a great fall break. I definitely did. It was needed, so that's nice. And you're ready to start second quarter. So going into second quarter, hopefully I've learned some things that I'm going to do a little different, and hopefully maybe you have a new strategy, or if you got an A, keep the exact same strategy because you're doing great. Keep in mind, if you wanted to do blended, remember you have to have had better than a C minus. So if your grade was below a C minus last quarter, then you can't do blended this quarter. So if you're not in class, I'll have to mark you absent and all that good stuff. Okay, so hopefully we can get on track. And then if you want to go back to blended third quarter, we can talk about that. So this week we're going to go back to your speeches. So you already have picked your speech and you've annotated it. So that's the first kind of two important steps. So we're going to do two more things with your speech this week. So the first thing is you're just going to fill out a soapstone for it. So exact same format that we did on those other two articles, but now it'll be on your speech. Okay, so as long as you did a good job annotating, the soapstone should be really easy and quick to fill out, because those things should be there. If for some reason you don't know the background of the speech or the context, why was that person giving that speech right then, you might need to do a little bit of research to figure that out, because those things are really important when we're trying to analyze rhetoric, okay, which is going to be the whole point, right? We're building up to this rhetorical analysis essay that you're going to be writing in a few weeks. So the first thing you'll do is just fill out that soapstone. If you struggled with doing the soapstone or understanding it, please come talk to me, or you didn't do well on the two that we did last quarter, come talk to me so we can get that worked out, because I don't want that to be a continual problem. Okay. The second thing you're going to do, and I'm going to kind of let you choose this one of two ways. So for your rhetorical analysis essay, you're going to have to use two outside sources. One of your sources is going to provide either context towards a rhetorical choice they're making, or it's going to be something to include their theme or their main idea, their purpose for why they're doing it, right? So you're going to have one article on each of those things. So this week, I'm going to let you choose. You can do either of them. So you can pick the thing that is going to give background or support what their main ideas, or you can pick what is a rhetorical choice decision they made in their speech, and then find an article that goes along with that, right? Why is that a good rhetorical device to use? Why would this be helpful? Why would the writer have picked it? So we're going to do that. So you're going to find a speech. You're going to find an article that goes along with your speech in one of those two ways. So it either supports their main idea. Okay, so remember that when we talk about rhetoric, right, we need to know those three things. We need to know who's the audience, who's the writer, and then what is their purpose, right? What's their main idea? What are they trying to get to the audience? We're linking those things, right? And by discovering that, that's how we choose, okay, what choices did they make? And that's the rhetoric, right? What conscious choices were they making to get their message to their audience? And that's how we determine rhetoric. So with our articles that you're going to find, it's going to support one of those two things. So it's going to support, this is a conscious choice that the writer made to get their message to their audience, right? A rhetorical choice. Or here's their main idea. Here's something that supports their main idea, which then will lead back to rhetoric again. And I'll tell you how we're going to do that later. But anyways, what I want you to do this week is just find one of those articles. So to do that, we're going to have to know, how do we find articles? How do we find good sources? And the answer to that question is not, will we Google it? No, that's a horrible way to find horrible resources that aren't really going to help us at all. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So The school and the state, oh, sorry, you don't need to look at my cool slick bills. The school and the state pay so much money to give you access to good material, that you can find good articles and resources, that you can do research, right? Because they want you guys to be academics and be able to do research and all that good stuff. And they know, just like we now know, that Google is not the way to do it. Okay, so if you go to Harriman High's website, this is the easiest way to kind of do it, and you go to Media Center. Okay, and I think they fixed this. At some of the Chromebooks was blocking the Media Center, but I'm pretty sure they fixed it. Yeah, because now it's a Google site, not so we're totally good. Okay, and then on here they have like the library is awesome, right? You can find ebooks, that kind of stuff. But these two places, JSTOR and Utah's Online Library, are both great databases to find articles. Okay, so JSTOR is its own database. It's just gonna go and you can just kind of look for articles on here. Okay, so JSTOR's awesome. It's a good place to look. It's a little more college level, which is awesome. It's something you'll use in college, so it's a good thing to learn, right? So you'd be like, okay, so I want to know about using humor in writing, right? That's a rhetorical device that I decided my thing. Okay, so here is like 70,000 results. So you're like, oh, that's really hard. What do I actually want to do, right? And so this is how over on the side that you'll kind of whittle those down so you don't have so many things to do. Okay, so you can go from, okay, I only want things in the last 10 years. You can break it down into smaller subject areas, but definitely you want content that you can access, right? So that just made a huge thing. Now this means everything you'll have access. You'll have access to the full PDF of what it is, okay? And most things will give you a quick, like, it's called an abstract, right? So what does this mean? What is this article going to be about? And so you can look, oh, is this something I actually want to do before you actually read that whole article? Okay. And again, you can go down, okay, I only want journals. I don't really want someone that wrote a book, or I want like lots of data and facts. So I want a research report, those type of things that you can look for. Okay. So that's JSTOR, which is a great source. Utah's Online Library kind of breaks it down into more things. Okay, so because I'm at my house and I'm not at the school, it's asking me to log in. So your login, I'm trying to remember, they used to just put it at the bottom of the page. What is it this year? Okay, I'm gonna get you your login and I'll put it in what the, I don't know what the, sorry guys. I'm curious if this, no, okay, so it looks the same. Okay, so if you're at the school, it'll automatically log you into this page. And if you're at home, I'm gonna give you, actually, I'm pretty sure it's right here. Okay, so here's the login, online, and database. I'm like, it's always at the bottom of the page. So if you're not at the school for login, just type in online, passwords, database, okay? So super easy. So from Utah, the Utah's Online Library, okay? It has other kind of databases. So it has things that just have to do with Utah. So if you needed background in Utah, if something, one of your speeches, I can't think of any of your speeches that do, but in general, you can find stuff. And then they have national, the Library of Congress and other things like that. But the other things that students really like is usually Gale and EBSCO. Okay, so Gale is a lot more high school user friendly. So normally I just do in context, and that's usually really good. If you wanted something, you're writing an argumentative thing, opposing viewpoints, really good. Some sort of global issue. This is actually good if you want background info on your writer, right? They have biographies. All of those are really cool. So if I just go to in context, which is a pretty easy one, you can tell the difference kind of with JSTOR and this, right? It seems a lot more kind of user friendly. And they do different, like they'll have videos and podcasts and things like that, where JSTOR will just have articles, right? So if you did, right, so we kind of search that same thing, tell us we have 8 kind of things from academic journals, and I might like have to broaden my thing and do like rhetorical device humor, and I might get something more like that, but it'll show, okay, here's, magazines that have things about, here's something in the news that have to do with that, here's academic journals. I don't think this particular one, right, here's one audio, so that could be a podcast or something, and there was no video for that. Okay, cool thing about this is, let's say this is what I want, even though it's not really what I want, is I can add it to my drive. Okay, so I just click this button and it will send my article right to my drive, which is awesome and very cool. Also, it'll cite it for me, right? So we talked about MLA citations. Here's my citation. I just can copy that, put it on my works cited page, and I don't even have to worry about it. Okay, so that's Gale. And the same thing that is done for, EBSCO is a lot more like JSTOR. So go back. So if we go to EBSCO, it's just a database, okay? And I usually do Academic Search Premier because that does everything. And again, this is going to help you find articles, scholarly thing, right? So same thing that I've just been searching that we can find, right? And it takes me, there's, I only have 152 things, okay? So exactly like in JSTOR, the things on the side will let you limit it. So I already have it set that I only get the full text, so that's nice. But you can go like, I only want something from a magazine, I only want something from a newspaper, whatever it is. And the exact same thing, sorry guys. So if I were to click this, I can send it to my drive. So it'll send the whole article to my drive, and I also can cite, and it will pull up the citation, okay? So make sure that you're doing the MLA citation, because remember we use MLA, so that we're using the MLA citation. I would just copy and paste that, and that's on my works cited, and then my citations. Good, okay? So what you're gonna do then this week is you're going to, you're going to do your soapstone for your speech, and you're going to find an article that either supports a rhetorical choice that your writer made or supports their main idea, whatever their actual purpose was. And then you're going to pick that article and you're going to write a summary of it. And I will show you how to write a summary in that assignment itself, to not make this video any longer than it is. And I know it's pretty long. So anyways, let me know if you have questions. Should be a pretty easy week. But let me know if you have questions. Like always, everything is going to be due Friday, 11:59. So you can get those 2 assignments in. Okay, hope you have a great week. Please, please, please come talk to me if you have questions. Bye, guys.